Shalom. This is SHuLaMYaH again. I had some things to say about modesty. And um, because I see the things that we do as a people, I see how some of us dress. Um, and like I said before, I try not to be critical of people so much. But I mean, when you see something and it just looks bad, you have to say that's just what it is. It looks bad. I mean, our people, I mean, even if you're not, and I know this is, try to post this publicly, even if you don't believe like we do about modesty and how women should cover up, aspects of their body because it's just indecent not to, you know. Um, I see young women out here, and they're dressed any kind of way. I see them with their bodies exposed in such a way that's just, and if you don't expect men to look at you in a lewd and crude way, then you really need to switch up what it is you're doing. And it is so sad, you know, when you see them outside like that. I was watching some neighbors around me, and these women I know have to be in their 20s, so anywhere between their late teens to, I say, their 30s, something like that. You have young children around there, um, and they come outside, and it's like, unless they're dressed for work or something, which I noticed one of them wears scrubs, like she works, either in a hospital or nursing home or something like that. But other than that, they come out and everything is skin tight. Everything is trying to show everything, and these are really, majority of them that live there are really, 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 really slim women. So they're real tiny women, but their clothes are so tight that it's just obscene. um I remember pulling into the parking lot and noticing one of them standing out by a vehicle talking to a young guy, I think. And she had on some white pants, and they were just totally pulled up the crack of her ass. Excuse my language. That is not acceptable, you know. But I'm sure the Hebrew Israelite women, if any are watching, are saying, well, we don't dress like that. No, you don't. I have a different thought about some of us. But when I see that, I want, when I see women dressed like that, and little young girls dressed like that, and they have on these legging pants, and personally, you know, I feel like if they wear them, if they wear them with a longer blouse, you know, a blouse that would, hit them at least mid-thigh, where you're not showing your rear end and your, and the other places of your body that's really private. It would be more acceptable, but they don't do that. They, everything is revealed. So it really it makes it hard to watch, and especially young people, because I want to just stop them and go, darling, that is not how we dress. You really need to do more to make yourself respectable and decent. But once you pull one of those children to the side, their mamas is coming, because they don't want you influencing their children in any type of way, even if it's good. Okay. But okay, let me move on to this. I have seen some what so-called Hebrew Israelite women who get on here and reveal some things, and think some things are okay to reveal that it just isn't. I saw a post recently where it was like, well, if you cover up too much, that's the way the whores did back in the day. They covered up, everything. Could that be we have our modesty confused? And you know, to wear like the burqas and stuff, that's extreme in my opinion. This is my blog, my vlog, my opinion. But that's just too much. I mean, all it is, and come on now, you know, there's nothing that says that that's something that we should do. Matter of fact, the hookers of old did that. They covered their faces, so you couldn't see them. So we really do need to think about what it is that we're doing. And even in modesty could be done to be seen of man, to be like, oh, um, she's so, holy or whatever, that they're trying to, whatever they're trying to convey. She has all her ducks in a row and she's so modest and she's so this and that. And let me tell you something. Some of them sisters ain't so modest when it really come down to it. They got other things going on, and it's a trickster inside all of those clothes. Okay? You have to be real careful about that kind of thing. It's like, are you just doing this because you truly believe that, you need to cover all this up, or are you doing this because you want, the brothers, to look at you as, oh, she's this and she's that. When they get to know you, though, they find out that, that's not quite right. My point in talking about this is that I think that sometimes we can go overboard with our thoughts of modesty. Uh, and I think that we can do a whole lot less than what is modest. Um, find your happy medium here. I mean, the way I dress, maybe some people would not agree with it. And I'm cool with that because everybody has their own opinion about how it should be. But I make sure that the parts of me that are private and only to be viewed by the man I marry are just mine. And I don't show that to anybody else. But do I think all of this needs to be covered? No. I don't think that the Most High requires that of me. I don't think that He requires that of no woman, that she has to cover her whole face, aside from her eyes or one eye, some of these burqas that the Muslims do. I don't think that that's something that's really required. I think that is people just taking things overboard. But that's my opinion. Now, if you cover up and do things because you think it's cute and you want, just be real with it, though. Tell the truth about it. Don't push it like it's just, oh, this is how we do. This is way it should be done. No, don't do that. But let's be modest enough that our parents, future spouses, children if you have them, spouse if you have them, have one, that they're able to look at you in respectability. Because respectability goes a long way, especially as a mother. Even when I didn't, dress the way that I dress now, even when I was young and called myself sexy back then, I even then I had a respectability about myself, or class. There's the word. Even when I was partying, when I was going to the clubs and stuff, I would see my friends, come in with I remember when the Daisy Duke shorts was out, and, and the shirts that they saw, you could see through that they had some kind of bra on. It was just basically revealing all to the world. I wasn't like that. I was the beautiful blouses and the pretty skirts and the, things that some people would have said, why are you wearing that? But the attention that I got was the attention that I wanted. Think about it. You know, when you come out there, this is to young women who believe that it's okay. When you come out there with your dress or your blouse cut down to your navel, the skirt so short that it's just covering your cheeks or even hitting your mid thigh, upper mid thigh. That is not conveying respectability. And I don't care how many people tell you, oh, that's cute. That's cute to have in the bedroom with your man. You want to sport that? Wait till the babies go to sleep, if you have them, you know, and give your man a fashion show if that's what you have to do. If you got to get that out your system somehow, let him enjoy that. That's for his enjoyment. But when we come out and our titties is out and your booty is out and everybody in the world know what you about, how is that respectable? And how is any man going to look at you who is following the Most High if that's what you're looking for? How is any man going to look at you and go, oh, well, this is who I want? Everybody basically know what it's about. Y'all know what it look like. Her breast is this big, her waist is this small, her booty's this big, and depending on what she got on, I know what her print looks like. Really? Is that what you really want? Is for them to be able to tell all those things about you and they don't even know your name? That's not how we are supposed to conduct ourselves as women. Women who either are mothers or will become mothers. Being sexy is a state of mind, darling. It's not about what you put on your body. Because you can be covered from head to toe and be sexy if that's what you're looking for. If that's what you're trying to do. Let's gain a hold of ourselves. Let's quit looking at the media and letting the media tell us what to wear. Basketball Wives, Hip Hop Atlanta, Atlanta Housewife. Why? Why is it the way that they look, revealing everything, ratchet? Why is that what we want to base ourselves on? Young people, young women. I even see some young women I know better, and they still come out and these little things. All these little things. That mindset needs to change. It really needs to change. And believe me, it's not just the tiny women that do that either. You see some big mama Brahmas who put it on tight and they trying to show it off. Think about it. That's not really what you want. Not if you really serve. If you wanting to serve and call yourself serving the Most High, that is not what you want. You don't want your daughters growing up and going, Mama, what was you wearing? What was that about? Or are you trying to defend the fact that you want them to dress a certain way? And they go, well, look at you. Look at how you dress. I did a video before, we have to be great examples to our daughters. We have to show them what's good and what's not. And don't get me wrong, I'm not perfect and I didn't do things perfectly. But the one thing that I did show my daughter as she was growing up is that this is how you conduct yourself as a woman. You don't dress this way. You don't act this way. If, I said it before, we don't teach our children, who will? The world is going to teach them. They're going to teach them what you don't want them to know. So let's think about the way we dress. Let's think about that. You know, some people said don't wear pants. Women shouldn't wear pants because that's pertaining to men. Don't exactly agree with all of that because the pants I wear, I dare a man to put them on. But that he's a faggot. If I'm gonna just say it just like that, he's a faggot if he wears the pants that I wear. But I'm just saying, let's be real particular and mindful of how we dress. And just because you cover up and show nothing but your eyes, don't make you modest on the inside. Shalom.